So what is good with y'all, man? It's Crunch Time. Hit the like if y'all join in, man. You already know what it is. We gonna talk about the situation with Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Because, again, I do believe this, y'all. The most underrated player in the NBA is Trae Young. Is that Trae Young has become the most underrated player in the league. One of my favorite point guards. Definitely came into the league on fire. People don't talk about how his numbers are better than a lot of players' numbers at an early age, which is triple impressive because of his size as well. And he's a great playmaker to go with it. And he's taken his team to the conference finals before with no stars on the team, nothing on the team. He had literally nothing on the team going to the conference finals. And what he did was he beat y'all boy Joel Embiid. That's y'all mans. He beat Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons at the same what you doing, shorty? At the same damn time. So y'all need to understand this about Trae Young is that he's always been one of the most underrated point guards in the league. He just hasn't had no help compared to all the superstars. Trae Young and John Morant, to me, y'all, listen, we talk about this next generation, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. Just like how I told y'all that I believe Steph and Kyrie are the two best players from last generation. Trae Young and John Morant, boy. But what I'm telling y'all is this, though, right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that at that. But Trae Young, because the reason why I say that is because Trae Young and John Morant haven't had any much help as far as having another superstar to go with him. Now, when it comes to, I'm seeing dudes in the comments saying, oh, he should have drafted Luka. The Hawks should have drafted Luka. But y'all forget Luka played with Dennis Smith Jr. first season, who was also a top rookie coming in. He played with Kristaps Porzingis, who's already better than anybody Trae Young has played with. And now he's also played with Kyrie Irving. Matter of fact, he missed the playoffs with Kyrie Irving. Now, if Trae Young was to do that, y'all be saying, oh, Trae Young is trash, underachieved, can't do this, can't do that, right? I mean, if I'm lying, right? Then I don't know what to tell you. You might as well just start walking backwards. You might as well just start doing everything in life backwards if I'm lying. But what I'm saying to y'all is this. Trae Young, to me, is one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. And I'm trying to think right now who was better than him besides maybe Giannis. Just from a perspective of him being able to take that team to the conference finals. Maybe Damian Lillard, who has done it, but Trae Young did it with less help. Now, I know a lot of y'all are calling me crazy right now. But if you picking Philly to come out of the East, or again, if you picking New York to come out of the East, Trae Young has already handled New York. So Trae Young has already handled New York. Now, everybody's wondering, Crunch, why are you saying this? What does this have to do with the title? The Hawks need to get Michael Porter Jr. That would be the best piece that Trae Young has had. And then what's going to happen is that Michael Porter Jr. will blossom into more of a star. Why is that important? Because now he will be the second star to Trae Young, which that he needs. He can be the Jamal Murray to a Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He can be the Chris Middleton type of guy for Giannis. Now you asking, people might say this is crazy to compare Trae Young to these guys, but Trae Young is putting up these numbers though. Trae Young putting up numbers like one of them guys. And let me know if y'all can hear me, man, because I know there's a lot of turbulence going on. Trae Young put up numbers like them guys, though. He put up 29, 28, and 10, 11. Easy. Easy. That's easy work, right? We know this, right? And you know this, man. Like, am I lying, though? So when y'all say rent, this dude talking about rent, dude. I'm saying Trae Young puts up numbers on a type level, and he's clutch. What more would you need? Because, again, the East, it's a lot of choke artists in the East, bro. You got Joel Embiid, who's never been to the conference finals. Paul George. Paul George is capable of getting there, touching it, feeling it. But, he like touchy-feely with it. Trae Young really already been there, and he's trying to get more. Because Trae Young and Michael Porter Jr. have already pretty much played together before in, years in the past, and they've still been getting close nowadays. I think Michael Porter Jr., the only reason he isn't a star, the only reason he isn't on the level of a guy like Brandon Ingram, of a guy like Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, is simply due to the fact that when he came into the draft, he fell down in in the draft because of his because of his injury. So what that wound up doing was it put a hold on his whole process and it put his value down. So he had to literally play a lesser role on Denver, kind of like how Bobo went through, because Michael Porter Jr. was the top rookie coming out of high school and until he had an injury in college. Michael Porter Jr. was really one of the he was the top player in his class. So he was supposed to be ahead of everybody. But what they would do is, you said, why would the Nuggets do this in his class? So he was supposed to be ahead of everybody. But what they would do is, you said, why would the Nuggets do this? All right, my bad, y'all. The signal is way better now. So I'm going to tell you exactly why they would do it, bro. Because, again, for one, right now, Philly is probably the best team top to bottom in the East. They are full of choke artists. Philly is led by Joel Embiid and Paul George, bro. Two choke artists in the playoffs, and Embiid is not getting out of the second round. We know this. Boston, now, this is the thing about Boston. Do you trust Boston to run it back? Do you trust them to double back? When Trae Young is already putting damage on them without a guy like Michael Porter Jr., do you trust them to go back knowing that? Because, again, I don't... By Holiday being the age that he is, by Jaylen Brown and Tatum not being fully number one options, in my personal opinion. I mean, they both averaged 20 points. Like, it ain't like one of them had 29 points in the finals. They both averaged 20 in the finals. Both of them guys number twos to me. To me, they got to the finals due to injuries in the Eastern Conference. So they not really a trustworthy team to double back because they struggled against all them teams. They struggled against Indiana with no Tyrese. And Trae Young is better than Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? Trae Young is better than Tyrese Halliburton. And this is facts, right? So, again, bro, nobody's proving to me, the Celtics have not proven to me that they're going to do it. Now, the Knicks, thank you, Jason Vivid. Thank you for helping us to pivot to the Knicks. Y'all had to like it, y'all come in. So, when it comes down to the New York Knicks, again, bro, Trae Young has already mutilated the Knicks. He already owns the Knicks. Am I lying? Trae Young already owns the New York Knickerbockers. He got 75% shareholder. So, by that being the case, all it would come down to is now a rivalry series between Trae Young and Jalen Brunson, which I think would be must-see TV. But if they get Michael Porter Jr., you now have pretty much a good second option as well. It'll be like Trae Young and MPJ versus Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges. And so it just would be a rubber match between that. I mean, but now the thing was everybody thought the Knicks was going to beat the Pacers, and they didn't beat them. So as amazing as they was playing, they did not make it out of that series, did they? So they lost to Tyrese Halliburton, didn't they? And again, just like the series, did they? So they lost to Tyrese Halliburton, didn't they? And again, just like I just said, Trae Young is better than Tyrese Halliburton. Playing against Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, man. Michael Porter Jr., man. Michael Porter Jr., man. Alright, my bad. My connection messed up again. So like I said, Joe, so when he goes to the finals, if he goes to the finals and does this with MPJ, that would literally solidify him as being the best, pretty much one of the best point guards in the league, like the best point guard in the league. Because you would have to take a look back at all his numbers then when he does that, if he goes to the finals and does that. You would really have to take a look at all that. Either that or, dudes talking about, sending to San Antonio with Wemby. But I think they want to build around Wemby. So, I don't know, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. You said they in the finals. Oh! You said they in the finals easy with that duo? My bad, y'all. I had to swerve out of the way. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. A lot of people feel as though Trae Young and Wemby, like, it would be a match made in heaven, but at the same time, would it really? You don't know if they would have limitations with that duo. You don't know. You don't know that. You have no idea. Nobody knows. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna slide, man, but stay tapped in. Cause I got a game later. So I'm gonna go to that men's league game tonight. I'll probably go live before I do that. Matter of fact, I'm going on All American Hooper stream. I'm gonna stream y'all.